Welcome back, guys, to another Cakecore SMP episode with your host, PetNet. For those of you who don't know, I've been working on the Skyblock up here instead of the builds. I'm not going to be doing this for the rest of the season, but I do want to do a couple of episodes up here because I'm having a lot of fun working on a Skyblock and actually trying, which is not something I've done too many times. Last time I showed off the new house. We also made a bridge over there, over to that spot with JamestheDouglas. Thankfully, I got that guy out of my hair so we don't have to worry about him bugging us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this new cobblestone generator. Basically, this is turned into a double. As you can see, we now have a cobblestone generator right here as well. So if I just stand here in mine, I can get cobblestone. But we also have one right here. There's a couple different reasons for that. For one, if you break this block and then you can try to mine both of them at the same time, or you can align yourself to mine 2 blocks at once. Generally, there's enough time to get 2 blocks for the most part, so it is pretty efficient. Also, if I have guests, we can.
Hey, hello.
Hi, James. What brings you?
Hi. I just thought I'd drop in, or whatever the opposite is, by going up. But yeah.
Chop up.
Sure, yeah, right.
Did you get an invitation this time?
Oh, of course, of course.
Okay, I might have accidentally sent 2 out in the mail then.
Yeah. I totally didn't intercept the mail for Danster, but yeah, no, this was my invitation.
That didn't happen.
At least it was cobblestone and not
Gravel.
anything else.
Yeah.
Gravel, right? Do you have any duplicate? Are you going to use a duplicator to make these expand these, or are you going to play legit?
I figured I'd just see how it goes. You know.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yep, no worries.
If I need to do it legit, then I can. But
yep.
I think with 7 gravel, I can.
Sorry, I thought I fell out the world. I'm always over dramatic. Oh dear, I placed the wrong thing. Oh, I'm messing things up. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Do you have that crafting table still? Because I could place it from down here.
Yeah. I just forgot my hotkeys. Oh, I can place it. There we go.
Is that the right
I
spot?
think I got it. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, good.
I will block this off down here real quick. So
Right.
not too much of a
I
mess.
messed up a bit down there, but yeah, you know.
Well, while you're here, James, you know what we could do? We could work on that little mob farm over there that I have started.
Sounds good.
Let me map it out to the viewers real quick. This is going to be a mob farm where they're going to fall down, take a lot of damage, and then I kill them on one hit. We're going to have walls that go up right around here, and then you're going to have a big mushroom thing up there. And I'm going to rely on James's help for a lot of that because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. But in the meantime, we're going to be mining some cobble with our new double cobblestone generator because we can both be mining cobble at the same time.
Yep.
And while we're doing that, I figured I could just interview James a little bit more since we only got a few questions done last time. I don't have these written down, making them up on the spot, but hopefully we have some good questions here and there. James, welcome to PatNet's Skyblock.
Hey, thank you.
So last time we were talking about Lord of the Rings. We talked about that a good amount, so I'm going to try to drift away from that. You have done quite a few SMPs in your history. Do you need sticks? Oh, there's some in there.
Yeah, no, I've got some. I should be alright, thank you.
So you've been on quite a few SMPs.
A few, yeah.
In your lifetime. Besides Cakecore SMP, what are the ones that stand out the most to you from your from your memory?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Well, I guess first and foremost, yes, I've done a fair amount, but I wouldn't say I've done a lot. There was a time period where I was in a group. There was a group of friends who they liked UHC, did a lot of UHC. They weren't. I wouldn't say they were hardcore PvPers, but then they would make a lot of SCPs too. But unfortunately, the SCPs would last like, a week, and then they would die off, and you'd have people with like 2 episodes out of it or whatever.
Right.
So I used to not join a lot of those just because I knew what was going to happen. It wasn't my ideal type of survival. But to get back to the original question, well, I guess the first. Well, I mentioned Coup de Mine last episode. That was a kind of an SMP, but not really private. It was public. So, I guess moving away from that, RSG SMP. RSG stands for Real Suggestion Gaming. It was myself, my brother, a guy that I knew IRL, and then a bunch of his friends. And we basically just got together. This would have been early to mid 2014, I think, just after I'd started uploading Minecraft regularly. And it got to the point where, we found ourselves mucking about a lot together, and we just, made an SMP. It was just, the next best thing to do. And it was originally owned by my brother, as in he had the server and all that. He eventually passed over to me about 3 years later, I think, and it went for a good 3 or 4 years. It was good, but very inactive a lot of the time. It was fun just to go on and mess about. So, you know, some nights we would just spend time blasting each other with rockets or whatnot. Here, do you want some cobble?
Yes,
There
please.
you go.
I just stand over there creeping until you blasting each other with rockets.
Rocket, like, you know, the old TNT rockets back in, like, before the TNT got nerfed. You know, you could blast people up. But that was one good. The point on my channel, I've got, I think, about 100 something episodes of that SMP, and it was good because it was just having fun. You know, like the episodes that need to have structure. You know, it was just, I would just record us mucking about, and that was good. I enjoyed that. It was good because it was just chill. It wasn't like, oh, you've got it. Like, I was the only one to record, but that was good just because it was chill. Well, not all the time. We had our arguments, but we're younger then. So that was good. I was part of an SMP, Pocket SMP. That was I think a recording one. That would fall into the category of those SMPs I mentioned earlier, although this one lasted longer than a week. I can't remember how long it lasted. It was fairly enjoyable, but again, it was played by people who they weren't really survival people, if you know what I mean. They were more UHC people, so they do all the obvious stuff, but then if you want to progress with survival, you need to think outside the box. Much like this, you know, doing Skyblock and survival is a great idea. It's thinking outside the box. Some people can do it. Some people, they prefer games where, you know, that's not necessary, which is fair enough. So that SMP was fun, but it wasn't, you know, I wouldn't say it was my favourite. The two others that come to mind are, well, the first one is Flatlands, which was obviously done just by myself and Zenger. I'm trying to remember. I get the impression, and he might watch this. I can't remember if I've admitted this to him or not. But if he does, I don't have a problem saying this. But I wasn't convinced calling it an SMP would be a good idea, just because that kind of it's synonymous.
Orientated?
Yeah, well, it's more synonymous with a wider community, whereas Zenj and I, is basically your classic. We shared our items, you know, his items were my items, kind of thing. It wasn't like we recorded different episodes at different times, which I guess you would get on. There's more cobble there.
Yeah, real quick, while you're here, am I doing this right, do you think? Like, is there enough room for them to spawn on the inside, or fall, or do I need to expand it one block closer?
Yeah. Let me just get in and have a look. 1, 2, 3. Maybe expand it one block here and put the wall here. And basically, don't worry about covering over the entrance. Just build a tower up 22 blocks or whatever. Okay. Do you need ladders? Because we can make ladders so you can get up and down easier.
Yeah, ladders would actually be a good idea if you want to jump over the trees.
I'll get some of them. Where was I? Yeah. So I don't have a problem with calling Flatlands SMP and SMP. It's just at the time it didn't really feel.
It seemed more of like a regular cooperative series, kind of like a almost like a CTM where you're working towards the same objective.
Right. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to call it that. You know, it is kind of a unique name in that. So either way, I don't have a huge issue with it. That's why I didn't make a huge issue at the time, just because it seemed cool at the same time.
Right. I will say that that was probably one of the SMP that I was most interested in of yours. Cakecore, but that has a little bias. But also there's another SMP that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned yet, because it was like one of the best SMPs out there, and that was the Badlion SMP.
Oh right, yeah. I totally forgot about that. That was a great SMP.
That was great. I love the 2-minute episode. That was great. I love
that. That was insane. Like the dynamic of because it was done with 2 other guys. One of them was I'm not sure if I should say a German living in Switzerland, and another one was just an American, and we just had such a weird dynamic because like obviously I was a lot older than the 2 of them,
right?
And the 2 of them really hit off well, and I know it was like it was not. I'm not saying it was bad. It was really good. It was really fun. I enjoyed like all the stuff we did together. It's just a really weird
concept.
Yeah, well, it was a weird
and group of
concept for an
people.
SMP, and the group was because we did a lot of PvP together and UHC and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of like you're unlikely people. Yeah, you're the most unlikely people to ever meet, unless it was via Minecraft or gaming or whatever.
Right. That's what's kind of cool about Minecraft in general, I guess.
Mhm. Yep.
Um,
One other SMP I forgot to mention was Expanse SMP, which it was one I owned briefly. Didn't last too long, but it incorporated the Minecraft border expanding concept, so that was pretty fun.
right. Okay.
Can't remember how many episodes I recorded of that, but I recorded a few. But yeah, that was that. That's my history of SMPs as far as I can remember.
Real quick, you said 22 blocks up. Does that include the slab or 22 after that?
I wouldn't worry too much. Just do 21. Just do 21, and
Okay.
just don't go beyond 23, because then mobs will die.
Right. Okay. 1, 2,
But-
3, 4.
If you get it wrong, it's not a huge deal. Put it that way. So just
Right.
do
I
what you
should
can.
Make one block tower first, right? And then. Oh,
Yeah.
You okay?
Sorry, no, I just fell off a tree, but
Okay.
thankfully I fell into water. I've got 45 ladders. I'll just bring them over to you.
Oh, awesome.
Alright, there we go.
Also, if you have any extra cobble on you, I can.
Oh yeah, I've not really been. I was chopping
Okay,
trees
that's fine.
here. Do you want to pass me some cobble, and I'll build up real quick.
Okay.
Or
then
do you
want
not
me to
much?
ladder? No, I got cobble. And then
Okay.
do you want me to-
Yeah. Feel free to
Okay.
ladder. So I guess how high have you gone so far?
That's 4 blocks right there.
I guess you go from down here. Like if you take off this fence,
Yeah. That's a good one.
and then
there's
so this
water
is
right
what,
there if you need to
4
jump
but
off.
1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. If you go one more, actually no, take off that, and then from here, yeah, you can start building up. So that's basically go as high as that, I would say, if that's okay.
Ooh. Looking down, that freaks me out a bit. I should
Yes.
build a bridge here. Oh, the only,
Hey.
the spotter spods himself.
Welcome.
Hey, can I be in this chat or is it just for you two?
We have a surprise guest on the PatNat Skyblock show. Welcome, 3D spotters, to the call.
Oh, why are you in the public
You're
channel?
You're
for the-
intruding.
for the
You're
server?
intruding. You're intruding into my interview. I was getting interviewed. Oh, my big moment's gone.
We're
Oh,
talking
no.
about famous moments from James's history, such as his Bad Lion SMP, which was, dare I say, exquisite. I loved it quite dearly.
Greatest series
I don't want
ever.
to
Hashtag
intrude
better than
here, even though I
Minecraft.
already did, so I'm gonna leave this
No, that's
video.
alright.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
right,
no,
yeah,
no,
that's
no.
Do what you want. Cause okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I won't. Bye.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, I almost fell off.
What's up? Oh, okay, right.
We're good.
Oh, gee, what's that?
I really
Is
don't
that for
like...
safety?
Yeah, I was gonna make a tunnel
Okay.
up for safety.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can help.
Okay. I'm gonna go start mining some more blocks.
Right.
I might nudge you off on accident. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Anyway, so now that Spotters is gone, what were we talking about? We're talking about SMPs. You mentioned some of the memorable ones. What about memorable moments in SMP? Are there any,
right,
moments
yes.
that really stuck out to you?
Ooh, there's a few, yes. So Pocket SCP mentioned that earlier. Zenj and I spent about 4 hours one evening. It's one of those classic ones. You remember the nights that you spent doing something insane. We built a pumpkin farm up to the world height limit.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was an episode. I can't remember if he recorded it, but I certainly did. So that was good. I mentioned the RSG moment earlier with regards to the whole. We had that one night doing rockets where we just one of our members decided to go and live as a bit of a hermit way off, and we went to visit him. Took a bunch of TNT, and we just spent our time blasting ourselves up to the world height limit or beyond the world height limit with TNT. So that was good. There's so much stuff from the RSG SMP. I would need to like go and look through all the episodes, to figure them out. When we first fought the dragon, that was a pretty interesting, memeful, memingful. No, excuse the pun. That was a good time. And what other SMPs? Obviously, Badline SMP, just because it was Badline SMP. Flatlands at the beginning of Flatlands was a lot of fun because
Yeah, I bet.
obviously, the dynamic of having to work with work in that environment and just really survive, that was obviously a real challenge. Obviously, doing that in hardcore mode or even ultra hardcore mode would just be crazy.
Right.
But if anyone's willing to try it, go for it.
I'm surprised there actually aren't as many Flatland SMPs out there. I'd imagine it'd be a more common game mode.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it might be more popular back in the day. I don't know, maybe not.
That's true.
It's
Maybe.
just my thoughts.
Maybe people are just tired of killing slimes.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. When we were setting it up, I'm not sure if I've said, but when we were setting it up, we had the option to obviously nullify that. There was different presets which we could do, but ultimately we went for that one because we thought that would have the most challenge. Here, do you have any cobble?
Yep. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Here, right behind you. One of the presets basically was just a massive. Yeah, you took most of it.
I did take most of it.
Apologies, I wasn't there quick enough to catch it. Yeah, one of I might have food. Is there any melons?
Here, you can take these. I'll grab.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, there's no more on the chest. Actually, do you want
Here, just split these. There you go. There's plenty for both. Sorry, what was I gonna say? Yeah, one of the presets was basically just a massive plains biome, which was good because it meant no slimes, but it had a lot of resources. So I didn't really feel that would be. We didn't really feel it would be as challenging because we could get things like sugar cane, for example, really easily. There was loads of trees, that sort of thing. Whereas with the classic super flat, you've got to really explore, look for villages, for chests, that sort of thing, and really grind for it. So that was, even though it's harder, that was more appealing in my opinion.
Right.
So, yeah, I would say the start of that. As I said, the RSG SMP, I could probably sit here all night telling you about what we got up to.
Right.
And that's kind of why I've got a YouTube channel, is because I wanted to document that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
it's all up there somewhere
Right.
in 10 FPS, which is what I used to record in. I just can't remember
It's cool
it all.
to know though that like everything we do now is very legitimately documented. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's on the most public website in the world, arguably, other than Google, obviously. But
Yeah.
But in a way, it is on Google, so it's it's a weird topic. But
Yeah.
Facebook still, I think I think YouTube surpassed Facebook recently. I think Facebook
You would have
actually
thought
has
so,
been
yeah.
getting a lot less viewers as of late. But Reddit also surpassed it. But anyway, yeah. So it is cool just to know that everything we're doing, like, this won't go away. 20 years from now, we can both look at it and just be like, oh, those.
Yeah.
It's kind of the beauty of this. Okay, so we talked about SMPs a good amount. We talked about other games you were playing, but let's talk about one of the focuses. Here you go, young lad.
Oh,
Let's talk about one of
you.
the focuses you had for a while on your channel. Maybe still do. It's a pretty prominent focus, and that, of course, is UHC.
Right, yeah.
You've made several videos documenting what your favorite moments of UHC were and stuff like that. But if you have a couple you would like to recap to this video, then feel free to do so.
Yep. Let me think. Probably, first and foremost, my favourite RR, which was linked to the Pocket SMP I mentioned. It was a Pocket UHC Season 6, Season 5, sorry. Managed to get 6 kills or something. The roster was very challenging. There was a lot of good players, and I didn't expect to get the most kills. I didn't win, unfortunately, but it was, I don't know, it just had a real story, a real dramatic element to it, which you don't always get with UHC because, games don't always turn out like that. But this one really was, it had an element of drama to it as well as action, which I really liked. It wasn't just the fact I did really well, it was, the fact it was dramatic. Other moments that are not RR based would be my UHC highlights, which I really enjoy looking back on. It's probably the series I look back on most. There was one game which I think is number 80. Probably my favourite UHC game was a really long game on the Eximius network where we made a trap, and a mate and I made a trap, and it was I managed to kill a few players with it. It was a really, really good game. I know I'm not really sounding all that excited. It's
No,
a while
that's
ago
okay.
now. It's actually, I think, 3 years ago, almost to the day, or maybe it was last month. Anyway, yeah, so that was good. A lot of Sonic Joy's games were good. I really enjoyed those. Oh yeah, I feel okay about mentioning. I don't really talk about this because I don't want to seem like that sort of thing. But I doubt anyone, with all due respect, that would care will watch your channel. But basically, the game I killed X the story, and that was it's one of those moments where people would go, oh, I get overexcited about it. At the time, I managed to suppress my emotions. I wasn't like, I wouldn't say I was uber excited about it because it was I only shot him once and that was it.
Is that the person who was in Joey's chat for a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. The big YouTuber guy.
Right. Okay.
It's not so much because he's a big YouTuber, but more because
He's a really good player.
Yeah, I followed him for a long.
Gotcha.
I followed him for a long time, and I know he's a really skilled player. And it was nice to, I faced him in battle before, but he'd killed me. But it was nice to face him in battle, kill him, even though it was one shot. It wasn't the most exciting fight. Well, no, sorry, it wasn't the most exciting conclusion to a fight because he was low, but that was particularly enjoyable, I should say. So.
And did he started switching to 1.12 for a while, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. It's one of these things. A lot of these sorts of YouTubers have moved on to things like Fortnite, Overwatch.
Gotcha.
Okay. Funnily enough, the top Minecraft player back in the day, probably we're talking 2016, middle of 2016, the top Minecraft PvPer. Sorry, I'm behind you.
Oh, I was looking for you. I was like, James hasn't asked me for stone in a while.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no, the top Minecraft PvPer, a guy called Dante. Sorry, you just picked up more stone.
Of course I did. There you go.
He actually joined an Overwatch team, like a professional team recently, or not recently, but I think last year.
Like
He was
an esports team?
Yeah, which is really, it's weird to think about because he was obviously top player in Minecraft, and
Right.
Oh no, skeleton spawned.
Uh-oh.
Skeleton spawned.
Need help?
I'm in trouble.
I'm coming. Ah! I'm coming. Got him.
Hey, alright. Thank you. Alright.
Do you need some torches?
They would actually be much appreciated.
Here.
Oh man. But yeah, no, it just goes to show that, he was the best at Minecraft, and the only reason I say he's best because he was top on Badline for the most popular kit, which was the Build UHC kit.
Mm-hmm.
So he was top at that, and he won a lot of UHCs, but then, he goes to another game, which probably, it requires a lot of skill, and he's good at that, so it's really weird to, just, well, for me anyway, to contemplate that, but there you go. So, yeah, there's many UHC moments I could talk about. I don't think I would do them justice just here, and obviously, they're only really meaningful to myself. I'm sure you've got your favorite memories in that, but obviously, it's it means different to different people.
Right. Actually, some of my most fond memories, which was in Ultra Cakecore, was before season 3 and season 4 for that matter. We were like a really small group, and we were just like hanging out and making jokes together for a while. I remember I remember before season 3, it was just had a lot of fun just talking to everybody about stupid stuff and just making jokes about everything. And that was, of course, when Spotters was first appeared, and he was very funny, obviously.
Aye.
So it was just a lot of fun, like hanging out. And then we did like the Spencer thing that took such a long time and made everyone's intros an hour long, but we all just had a lot of fun doing it anyway.
Yeah.
It was just like a big contrast to a lot of RRs you see today, like where
Yeah.
the basic, like you'll hear the introduction, which is someone like, "Hello and welcome to this season 55. Today it was hosted by this person. Map was made by this guy. Renders were this guy, and now he will do the rest of the talking." And it's like, so the teams we have brown team, but like it's I don't mean to like, you know, disrespect that, obviously, but
I know.
it just seems like that seems to be the general tone of a lot of this.
Sure.
But like in season 3 and 4, I just remember maybe excluding Balone because he's always more into the competitive aspect, but you know, we were just hanging out and talking. We took forever to give the different teams in season 3 and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we were all just really, you know, friendly to each other and whatnot. And that was, those always were good memories. As the group got bigger, you know, obviously I wanted to not waste time for other people and stuff. So season 3 and 4 kind of stick out to me other than the others. But it's, yeah, those were some good times for sure. I remember when we were giving the different colors and, you know, every time a color was relieved, Owlton would yell out "rigged." It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was good times.
I have fond memories of season 2 because that was the first season I did. I just moved into a flat like the day before, and it was like I remember I was quite ill at the time, but it was like the first time I'd done it was the second time I think I'd done a post 1.9 UHC, and it was just a lot of fun. You know, teaming with Danster and that. So yeah. I somehow I don't have like any memory of season 2, to be completely honest. It's completely like I don't remember any of the conversations we had beforehand or anything like that. It's all. That's what YouTube's for. I remember the post game. The post game commentary was good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I remember enjoying that too. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but I remember enjoying it. Are you out of Cobble again?
Yeah, I had some in my hand there, but just, you know, I thought I'd come and get it anyway. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and fill out the outer rim of the 20x20, just so you know where to go in case we need to stop or whatever.
Right, gotcha.
And then you'll know roughly what to do.
Right.
Not really, but well, you know, I mean, hopefully you would.
These leaves haven't gotten removed. I think you missed a couple.
Right. Oh, probably, yeah.
That's okay. The stupid big trees, man. Always getting them. Anyway, to turn this back into the more interviewer mode, I guess while on the topic of Ultra Cakecore, how can I turn this into a question? What are your some? Okay, I'll just say, what are some of your favorite Ultra Cakecore moments?
Favorite Ultra Cakecore moments? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you can only say like. You could just say one if you don't want to like think of a whole bunch or whatever. But I'm not trying to say that was for grand general. Now let's only talk about Ultra Cakecore for an hour or anything like that. You know, just
no, I know what you mean. Let's think. Well, I would first and foremost, I would probably say the battle at the end of season 2 was good. The one between yourselves,
really
you and Bombastic, dancing myself. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never got a kill in that fight. Danster got both of them, I think.
Right.
And I obviously killed Kazmik in the previous fight, but the fight with Kazmik was pretty short. And,
but you also got Sten, didn't you?
No, Dancer got Sten. Dancer got 3 kills that season.
Okay, gotcha.
Which I don't begrudge him. It was just the way it worked out.
Right.
I spammed Bombastic at the end, so I would have killed him, but I spammed. So. Mm-hmm. There you go.
That was a very
that was pretty good
too. Man, you guys just rocked that healing.
Yeah, well, we had the healing. That's, I guess, it made the difference.
We had certainly the better weaponry though. It just could have gone either way.
Yeah, I guess that's what made an interesting battle. It's like contrast of fortunes. I enjoyed season 6. I enjoyed the PvE aspect. I'm naming all the seasons I won, but you know, I enjoyed season 6. The PvE aspect particularly. The PvP was kind of short for me, and like, you know, I didn't get that. Although I killed 3 people, you know, the battles I got in weren't that long.
You were also the victor, but what was cool was that you got down to like half a heart, didn't you? Like at one point.
Yeah, well, yeah. As I said, PvE was a real challenge,
and you lost your teammate too.
Yep, yeah, Kazmik was first dead, I think. Yeah. So it was an interesting dynamic, certainly, to play without a teammate for most of the game, with the knowledge that obviously other people were. I mean, you know yourself because Darkblade died pretty early, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Now, but what's cool is that you got that Notch Apple really soon after too. So you had to constantly like think like, okay, should I just use this now? Should I like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm at half a heart. Is it worth using, or should I just wait a little bit to get into PvP? And I think it's really cool that you managed to hold off on using it and still use it at a great time during PvP and survive and stuff.
Yeah. I knew it was all I had to go on. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know, I wouldn't have been able to beat, you know, Spotters and Bombastic without it. So
It seemed like it could have been
It's-
a movie, like that one temptation that you're so close to using,
Yeah.
you know you need to save it for something. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, Jack Sparrow had that one bullet that he kept refraining from using, even though he wanted to use it at several points.
Right, yeah,
and it ended
yeah.
up being a good thing that he kept on to it. So, yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
indeed.
an entertaining season for sure.
even the seasons I've not done so well in. I mean, season 5. Well, season 5 was good. I think everyone enjoyed season 5, regardless, because like no one won it. So, but
Right.
I know Elton did well at the very end, but it was just, the overall season was good.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun one.
What other ones? Season 3. Season 2, like, they were all good. That's the thing. It's hard
Yeah.
to pick out individual moments.
For sure.
Season 3, meeting Danster again.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. And then Bombastic was just charging at you guys. At that point.
Yeah.
But you
and
managed.
Sten got his crazy long shot on me as well.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Season 3 was very entertaining, regardless of who you were. I think if you.
With all due respect, I would say season 4 is probably the least entertaining.
No, I would agree with that.
But that's not because I died. That's probably the earliest I've died in any season.
That's
it's
also
not
the
the-
earliest I've died in any season.
Oh,
so-
okay. Oh yeah, were you first dead? And then
I
was
was
second
first
or
dead. I
something.
died on the second episode.
I think I died in the third episode or second, one of the two. But I mean, like, obviously you can't stop. You know, it was impossible to stop someone from getting 4 kills or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, you could argue season 6 wasn't entertaining because most of the fights happened right at the very end.
Yeah, except it,
I mean-
like you said, you know, it added a lot of PVE opportunities. Like you
Yeah.
had a really cool PVE experience, and spoilers.
Wait, not getting light cheats. Oh, okay.
But yeah, you had, because like even though there wasn't PvP until around the end, you still had a very interesting PvE experience, and I think a lot of us did too. I mean, Dancer and Owlton, if I remember correctly, were hitting it really rough in the Nether and stuff as they're looking for a fortress, and even Jelly
Right.
and Flues, they had a lot of Nether trouble as well. So I think there was a lot of cool PvE aspects, even though the PvP around the end. And I think what would have made it worse is if everyone died by PvE. But the fact
Right,
that we only had 2 PvE deaths, I think. No, we had 3 PvE deaths. That still left 9 people for PvP, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
I've got some.
That's fair
examples
enough,
for
Yeah, I was handing you some just in case you wanted to help or whatever.
you. Oh, you handled
No,
it.
it's fairly self-explanatory. This initial part where you just have to like fill in all the squares. There's some cobble there if you want.
Okay. Take that.
Although we might need to go get some more, but there we go.
Well, I think that might be all the time we have for this episode. But
That's all right. Yeah.
got some more good questions in there. It's always a pleasure to talk to uninvited guests on my island.
Of course, no worries.
Maybe next episode I will have a little bit more progress done on this thing, and we can
Right.
get some mobs dropping soon, and maybe we'll have another guest coming up. We'll see. So thank you as always, James, for joining and,
No worries.
and
No worries.
heavily helping with this project that I had no idea what to do. I'd completely forgotten about this even design, so
Right.
I appreciate you helping with stuff. Be sure to perhaps leave the extra gear you got before you leave, because
Yeah.
you know, because everything counts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out James's channel. Obviously, I will have a link to that in the description, and then
Yep.
I will have also a link to the playlist of everybody's perspectives in the description as well, so you can check out either of those. James, do you have any parting words for this episode?
Nothing but thank you. It's been fun talking. I just wish my answers maybe had more clarity or whatever, but you know,
No, I think I understood them for the most part.
I'm used to I'm used to editing things and having second takes and third takes
Yeah.
and fifth. No.
Well, that's all right. I'm sure you did fine. Well, until next time we speak, James. So long.
TTFN. Tata for now.
Yeah, ta-ta for now. Goodbye.